once you go through, just wait by this sign to our left.
Welcome to the London Westminster Tube Station in November of 2023. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel, and you see the little turnstiles right here. We used our little Oyster card that we purchased through the London Pass, and really cool. Started the card off with 50 pounds, and I think we had to put a little bit more currency on there like once over the course of the 8 days that we were there in London. So it worked out extremely well. And the one thing about the London tube system is you got to use your Oyster card or even your phone, contactless payment. But you've got to use it both going into at one of the stations, and you've got to use it coming out. Because when you're getting off the train, you're going to have to do the same thing at whatever station you're getting off at. Where we just went through there and we tapped the contactless to open the thing to go in, you have to do the same thing in reverse. That way they know which station you went from, like the from and the to, so they know how much to charge you. So I've read some things online that sometimes when you're coming out, the little turnstile might already be open, and you might be tempted to just keep going, but you definitely don't want to do that, because if you do that, then what'll happen is they will just charge you for the farthest station out on whatever line you're on. And so you might end up getting charged more money than necessary, depending on, if you don't tap out correctly.
Okay, we've only got a minute.
So I mentioned in the previous vlog episode that these trains, the temperature down here can get really hot really fast. And if you're going to be doing a short ride on the tube, right, not going too many stations on the same line or something like that, or you're one of those types of people that can just handle swings in temperature without it bothering you too much, it's not a big deal. But it can get pretty extreme because it can be very cold up on street level, whatever the temperature is, and then you get down here and it could be in the 80s or 90s, depending on, you see how close together everybody's crammed in here on the train. So just one of those things. Before our trip, we had watched a few videos online that sort of talked to this, and then of course once we got over there and experienced it firsthand, sure enough, they were absolutely correct. So thanks to that preparation, we were sort of ready ahead of time. We made sure to wear a lot of stuff that was layered, that could very easily be taken off and thrown in the backpack or whatever. In my personal instance, I can handle temperature swings pretty well, so it didn't bother me too much. But every once in a while, there would be one of the stations where it was just so damn hot down there that I would have to take the jacket off. So just one of those things. But yeah, the tube system in and of itself is a little complex until you start to get the hang of it. There's a couple different apps. We used one app from TfL, which is, I forgot what it stands for, but it's like from the London city government. And then there's another app that we used, like City Mapper or something like that, I think. I forgot the exact name, but between the two of them, we were kind of able to navigate a little bit. So you have to just sort of take the pros and cons of each app to figure out kind of where you're going. There's a lot of signage in the tube stations that helps. And so, if you're on one line, you can look at the signage and it'll tell you all the stations that are on that same line. But when it comes to navigating how to jump from one line to another at certain stations because of where you're going, you're probably going to need an app for that, because the signage that's in the stations doesn't quite help too much with that, where you have to jump to different lines. So, but here we are on the London 30 Plus Top Sites Tour, early November 2023. This is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. You see a lot of the rain gear and everything, because street level where we're about to be, it's raining a little bit off and on throughout the course of this tour for us, and so it's in London. I guess you expect that in terms of the weather.